stopping by today. This is my part 2 review of Iceland. So if you haven't seen part 1 yet, you can go down to the description box. I will link the first video there. So the second part of this video is going to focus on clothing and weather, as well as excursions and flights. So if this interests you, keep on watching. Alright, the next point I wanted to talk about was weather/clothing. So Iceland is really unpredictable. It reminded me almost of Hawaii. In Hawaii it rains every day, and it definitely rains every day in Iceland. We had one really nice, beautiful sunny day, and I think it rained like once or twice maybe that day. But then every other day on our trip, it rained every day, multiple times a day. There were points where it was hailing, snowing, or raining. And because of the quick storms, it would probably rain or snow for maybe 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden it would clear up and the sun would come out. That being said, I am so glad that I purchased rain pants. And yeah, they're not the most attractive things to wear, but they're so functional for Iceland. I wore them every day, every single day over my regular pants. And this just helped because I never got wet. I was never cold or wet when I was out. Also, a raincoat is a must. I wouldn't even bring an umbrella. I didn't see anyone with umbrellas because it's just too windy. So if you are carrying an umbrella, it'll just fly out of your hands probably. Granted, I went in April, so maybe this summer. I heard summer weather is a lot better. But I think the highs in the summer are only 70 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't think it gets much warmer than that. I think like high 60s, 70 is like good for them. Yeah, so I recommend rain pants, raincoat, hats, gloves, hiking boots. Definitely want to wear hiking boots. Extra pairs of socks, like just bring lots of socks. Just layer up, lots of layers, and a bathing suit, because you definitely want to go in the hot springs, I mean, right? I got a lot of questions about excursions in Iceland, so I will give you my top things to do in Iceland. I only stayed in Reykjavik, and I was only there for about 5 days, so I only could do certain things that were close to where I was staying. Again, if I were to do it over, or if I go back, I would love to just hop around the island so I could do more. I'll just talk about the things that I did, and then there's a few things that I wish I could have done, but they're a little bit farther away. So if you're going to stay on the other side of Iceland, these are some things that you could do too. So the most popular thing to do is the Blue Lagoon, which I sadly did not do. When we were there, it was under construction, and it was completely and entirely sold out. And I think it's because I booked my trip sort of last minute being like a month and a half, maybe 2 months before I was leaving, and they were sold out. They were sold out of tickets. So they book up really quickly. So if you're going, I would almost like book my flights and then go and book your Blue Lagoon tickets, because it's so popular. But if you go and you can't get tickets, or they're sold out, or under construction, or whatever, don't fret, because there are so many hot springs there. That's what we did. We went to a bunch of different hot springs, and it was so beautiful and so fun, and we got that same experience. I found a hot spring area near downtown Reykjavik. I want to say it's like 10 minutes from downtown. It was very luxurious. It was so relaxing. They divided the different hot tubs by temperature, and they were all heated geothermally. They were probably 80 degrees, 70, 80 degrees, and it went all the way up to 114 degrees Fahrenheit. So it was super fun, awesome for families or big groups of people. And it was just a great alternative to the Blue Lagoon, and it was so affordable. It was $8, and it was for an all-day pass, versus the Blue Lagoon, I think it's like $100. Going to Iceland, you gotta do the Golden Circle. So you can do the Golden Circle in many different ways. I have friends that have done it in a week. We did it in a day, and I still felt like we saw so much. So if you want to see more about the Golden Circle, I'll link my video of the Golden Circle below so that you can just see all of the sites that I saw and that I recommend. Okay, if you go to Iceland, I really suggest that you go to a glacier. I loved the glacier hike and climb. It was probably my favorite part of the trip. If you want to see more, I'll link the Glacier trip below in the description, but it was so cool. If you like rock climbing, oh my gosh, you'll love ice climbing. It's so much fun. Also, just being on a glacier is just so cool. When else are you can ever be on a glacier? So if you go to Iceland, you gotta go to the glaciers. There are so many waterfalls in Iceland and they are all so beautiful. My favorite is this one. I'm gonna just put it right here on the screen. I'm not gonna even try to say it. And the reason why I love this one is because you could go behind the waterfall. It was such a cool view. And it was like a nice little hike around the waterfall, so that one was probably my favorite. A little bit more interactive than the other waterfalls I saw. But that being said, there are many different waterfalls, and I think I think the most famous one is on the Golden Circle. So if you're doing the Golden Circle, you'll definitely see waterfalls. Things that I wish I could have done that I didn't get to see because I didn't have enough time or because I wasn't close enough to these destinations is seeing some icebergs. So you can definitely see some icebergs in Iceland, and I think that is so cool. Also wish I could have seen some puffins. Puffin season I think is actually now and in the summertime. I believe the puffins nest on a beach called Black Beach, so if you want to see puffins, I think you're supposed to go there. The last thing I really wanted to do but didn't get a chance was called this canyon. I'm going to put the name here, but I heard it's really, really beautiful. It's supposed to be their Grand Canyon of Iceland. I have friends that did hikes in there and they said it was just amazing and they got so many great pictures. So that's something I really want to do next time I go. If you're flying from the East Coast to Iceland, it's only a 5-hour flight. So it's actually less time to go to Iceland from the East Coast than it is from the East Coast to California. Thought that was kind of cool. I found this special, this $350 round trip special to Iceland that fell right on my spring break, so I had to do it. I was like, yes, I'm going. It was kind of a last minute trip. I mean, I planned it probably 2 months before. It's my first time using WOW Airlines. It's a relatively new airline, and I think they mainly go to Europe. I think they market themselves as being cheaper than other airlines. If you do choose WOW Airlines, just know that everything is a la carte. So we had to pay for our bags. They did let us do a carry-on. They will let you do like a purse or a backpack for a carry-on, which was good, but if it's a carry-on suitcase, they'll charge you. They don't give you any foods or any drinks on the flight, so even if you want a soda or something, they're going to charge you. So I knew all of this ahead of time, so I made sure to bring my empty water bottle and fill it right up after security. I also bought snacks at the airport because I knew I wouldn't be eating anything on the flight. I really enjoyed the airline. I can't complain. It felt like every other airline. The price was unbelievable. I've never paid $350 round trip to Europe before. I can't even get that for a trip to Florida. So that being said, I'm really glad that I flew WOW Airline. Hey guys, that wraps up my Iceland review. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Where was your favorite vacation or travel experience? I'm always looking for new places to go and explore, so leave them down in the comments. And I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.